Hello, it's Jeanette from my home studio in the UK, Far Forest Ceramics, on a very, 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 very hot day. In the UK, I love the seasons and I love all of the seasons, and the summer is always a very nice one. And I would say usually, if we're lucky, we might get 24 degrees centigrade, and that is a gorgeous day. We're all out in the gardens, wonderful. But we've been having one of the hottest Junes in history, and we've been up to here in Far Forest up to 32 degrees centigrade, which that's unbearable because we don't have, our country's not set up for heat, so we don't have air conditioned houses. Yeah, it's been a bit hot, so I've not had as much time in the studio as I'd have liked because just the heat. But then the last couple of days it just went down to 27 degrees, so I've been in the garden. I'm scratched to pieces, been cutting down brambles. But I thought, right, I'm going to put a kiln on while I'm actually outside in the garden, and it's now 26 degrees inside my kiln, pretty much like it is in the studio. And I am using small Bella. So I've used my small kiln because I wanted to do a few tests. Does anybody relate when I say I've been having drippage nightmares? That sounds horrific, doesn't it? And nightmares is too strong a word. I tried some glaze combos I'd done on a test tile on 4 mugs and some vases as experiments. And then as I put them on, I thought, oh, that's fine, they're not going to drip off. And now I've been overnight thinking, oh, they're going to have dripped right down onto my drip catchers. Fortunately, I put drip catchers on and I'm going to ruin them. But so yeah, I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of runs, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. And I've also got in here some test tiles. You know me, I love a test tile. So yeah, let's have a look. Have a quick pick. Oh, I forgot what was on the top shelf. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So I've been doing tests and I've also tried some new clay. So this is a toasted clay that that's interesting. I've decided to do some reference bar charts. So I literally have marked all the back with numbers, and the top and the first and the second row down here is the same glaze, but this is 2 coats and this is 3 coats. So I wanted to see how my colours worked on this toasted clay. So it's got a very small speckle in it. It's from a company called Peacock Glaze, and it is CM1067. But the colours here look very different to what I'd normally experience. Oh, I like this. I like this. But now I can have a good understanding of what these colours will work like on this toasted clay. I've also done this little one. Again, 2 coats, 3 coats, 2 coats, 3 coats. Recognise this one, Poppy Fields. Amaryllis at a guess. Raspberry Mist at a guess, or it could be one of the Spectrum. And all the browns, the rustic tones. I like these because they're not going to take up much room, and it's going to give me a good starting platform as to what combos I might want to do. So yeah, I like those. Very nice. And then I have done indicator hearts, which is what I put on the front of my glaze bottles. I finally got hold of river birch. I can't believe it. So many glazes have been out of stock in the UK for about 4 months, 5 months now. Most of the Spectrum and river birch, smoky merlot, blue rutile, flux blossom, honey flux. So I can't believe I struck lucky and I found somebody had some stock in. Looking forward to playing with river birch. Now, this is something for me in the studio. It's not stuck. Oh, a little bit of kiln wash I just need to take off. Need to be careful on the sharp edges. I made my own paint palette and look how flat that is. Super flat. I made my own paint palette for using in the studio, and I literally just rolled 2 slabs of clay, cut out holes in one of them, and then when I placed the second slab with the holes onto the first slab, I didn't slip and score because they were both literally just out the bag. It actually, intentionally, I made more oval shapes with some of the circles rather than all being perfectly perfect circles. And then I just did a bit of moulding with a paintbrush, and I've just used Stroke and Coats Cottontail and Speckled Cottontail on the higher areas. I like that. I'm looking forward to using that. I need to make some paintbrush holders though now, because this is what I'm missing out on. Right. Okay, that's all I've got on the first shelf. It's all my baby Kiln. So I'm gonna go down now to the second shelf. But I have got a little update for you. Thank you to everybody who's been reaching out to me to ask how our fur baby is, our Rhodesian Ridgeback. We have 2 Ridgebacks, beautiful. Our eldest is just turned 9 and she's been extremely poorly. We nearly lost her and she had major surgery. And I'm pleased to say that she is doing really, really well. She recovered from the surgery against all the odds. Fluid hasn't been building back up, and it's took her a good 4 or 5 weeks to get back up on her feet. But then we had another setback. She suddenly, just out the blue, literally within half an hour, couldn't walk, crying, whimpering, in immense pain, couldn't move at all. Quick visit to the vets. Pete was even on holiday, our vet. He was even on holiday, and he still picked up the phone, spoke to us, and we took her in. And she had popped a disc out in her spinal, in her back, and the inflammation was causing her immense pain. Her head was just nearly touching the floor. She could barely move. She couldn't stand. She couldn't sit, and she was just in so much pain. Compromised immune system from all the problems that she's had. He doesn't understand why it's happened, but immediately put on morphine, and then she's been on high pain relief because that's pain management, is all you can do. Rest, rest, rest. And 6-7 days later she started to walk again out of pain, and I would say today she's 90% well. She's on steroids, coming off steroids over the next month and a half because of the whole problem she's had, but she's doing really well. So thank you so much for all your lovely comments, support, well wishes for our baby girl. If you're a dog lover, you know they're part of the family. And Bali, she's my little sweetheart. So yeah, that's a little update there. So let's go down and now onto the second. This is the one I'm worried about, drips. Let's have a look. Oh, well, I don't know about drips, but it looks gorgeous from the top. I wanted to take a photo, and I don't have my phone to take a photo because I'm recording with it. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. But, I can see drips on my cookies. Okay, should we go for one of the drips first? Let's try the first one. I've got 4 mugs. Oh, the cookie, the drip catcher's coming out with it. Oh. Okay, I've got 1 drip on my drip catcher. Ooh. Nat, Mud Magic, you have inspired me, and I am loving it. I am not a pink girl. I'm a purple girl, like a Cadbury's purple girl. And pink is not my thing, but I don't know how she's converted me. I love this, Nat. However, I think I've been too heavy-handed. Look at the bottom there. Can you see? Can you see here? But because I've got a foot and a sloping base here, that is not making it wobble. So there is nothing. There's a little tiny dribble coming there, but I'm going to leave that. That actually doesn't need any grinding. I think, according to this, I had a piece drip off and land on the drip catcher, so that's done its job. Oh, it's so nice to hold. Okay, let's see the others. Oh, that's loose. That one's actually loose. Oh, again, beautiful, but how can I show you? Look at this. but it's not touching the bottom. How cute is that? I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to leave that. I like that. It shows it's handmade. Look at that drippage. And I have just kept it nice and plain inside. So those were a pair. I love those. I suppose I ought to tell you what I did on them, shouldn't I? I did my swirls in the bottom. I like that. Okay. What did I do on them? I did 3 coats of Flux Blossom because I'd finally got hold of some. Then I did sweeps of poppy fields. I'll try and insert a photograph here of my pre-glazed application. 2 coats of poppy fields in sweeps. Maybe I went a bit too low down on them. And then I did a tiny bit of honey flux on the rim. So Flux Blossom and honey flux. Flux Blossom underneath, honey flux on the top, and poppy field sweeps. Yeah, maybe went a bit heavy on the old flux elements. I've got 2 more of the same. Oh, okay. It's stuck. Okay, let me show you. Now this, it's just touching there, but the rest of it's not. So let me see if I can get that off. Lovely. Oh, darn it. Not happy with that. Not happy with that. So it's come off there. So I can grind that. That's too high. But I've got a crack on the bottom. And this said Spirit Sister on it. So this was a birthday present for my friend. But the crack hasn't come through. I haven't got time to make her another one. But I'll test it. The glaze is completely sealed on the inside. And I'll just see if it's holding water. It's not the selling, it's just a gift because she loves pinks as well. Grind that bit off. Oh, shame. That's a shame. So fast forward about 2 hours and I'm inserting this little video in. This one that was for my best friend that had Spirit Sister on the bottom bit and it had this crack. I'd got a bit that had dripped down, so I've Dremelled that off, that's fine. But what I didn't spot was this huge crack in the handle. And you see that? So there's no way this can go out and be used anywhere. But I decided, there you go, what a whopper of a crack. So I decided, Dremel the bottom off, I'll use it to put my paintbrushes in, or I might try it for some cups of tea in the studio. So this one's staying with me. Just thought I'd share that with you. Missed it when I came out the kiln. That's one I wanted to turn out. And this other one was for my mum. Well, that one's come off. Ooh, oh mum, that's turned out nicely. So mum loved this style of mug and this glaze that I tried on one before, but the handle was too big for her, so I've made her a smaller handle with a thumb rest by request, and that has turned out gorgeous. Exactly the same combo with the swirl in the middle, and on the bottom it does say thank you mum, but it's a bit pale. I should have done that a bit darker, but I haven't done that for a while. Look at the thumb rest at the top. Nice little bit there of poppy fields in the top. Very comfortable to hold. Not too heavy. And she wanted a bigger one. That's nice. Maybe I should have just done 1 poppy fields. Yeah, I don't know. They look lovely as a set though. Okay, I've done some more indicator test tiles for... Ooh. So I managed to get hold of Chun Plum, and this is 2 coats on this side, so I will not be doing 2 coats, and this is 3 coats. So this is Bluegrass, 3 coats on this side, 2 coats on that side of my stroke and coat. And then I have got one little test tile here, Fired Flat. Ooh! On my new clay body 1067. I didn't realise that was my new clay body. I thought that was Millennium White. Fired Flat. trying something new. Now I am going to do a separate section of my test, so I'll come back to that. I actually did a workshop. Somebody came for a workshop here to have a taster on learning to throw, and I did a little example for them of using stroke and coats when it's actually straight off on the wheel. And Keris came, and this is one of the pieces she made. Oh, well done, Keris. It's one of her very first pieces. She made 5 and we kept 3 of them. And then she just used stroke and coat to decorate whilst it was on the wheel. Well done. There's another 2 lower down. So let me just take these kiln props out before I knock them over. Now I've got my drippage. Right, I need my test papers. Okay. Oh, I'm liking what I'm seeing on the top, but I'm a bit concerned about the drippage. So I just did some little mini vases to test out the peacock technique. Oh, it's not touching the bottom. Oh, hang on, let me get that off the bottom. Well, the bottom has not dripped. Ooh. Ooh. That's the outside. That's different. I'm a purple girl and I like it, but I don't love it. I like it. So on here, I put 2 coats first of purple gloss inside and out. That's why at the bottom you can see that as well. And then I have put my light flux W's, and then I use stroke and coat, candy apple red, sun-kissed, and some speckle blue yonder with a bit of bluebird in there. But then I put, as the movement glaze, I put Himalayan salt, Mako Himalayan salt all over. And I'm surprised. I don't know what I expected because I've not done any tests on this, but it's quite pretty. Now this one from the top, the colours are looking a lot nicer, but I can see drip. Ooh. Oh, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get this off. Oh dear. So, yeah, let me show you the top. Look at those colours. Oh, that's beautiful. And let me show you what I could see from the top. But let me show you the bottom. Somehow I think that one might not come off. So I'm going to try and get an angle grinder in there. But what I can already see is I should be low enough to get an angle grinder in here. But wow, that is a lot of drippage. So this one was just light flux W's, and then I used in Mako stroke and coat, I've used speckle jade, candy apple red, bluegrass and sun-kissed, and then I put over the top, for the glaze to help it move, 1 coat of seaweed, which is why this colour down here I'm not loving as much, because I don't like seaweed on its own. I like it when it's over or under another glaze. But I ought to leave it on here, shouldn't I, as part of the piece? Okay, now this is the one that I'm liking. So this one is a Norse blue. Is it stuck? Ooh. Oh, it snapped. Oh. Oh dear. I like it, but that needs an awful lot of work. Oh. Okay, let me show you the first of all the top. That's pretty, isn't it? Very pretty. That looks amazing on the inside. So this is 2 coats of Norse Blue as a base, and then I've done light flux sweeps, and then I've put speckled blue yonder, speckled orange appeal, you can't even see the orange in there, candy apple red, speckled jade, sunclist and bluebeard. And then I did a coat of Norse Blue over the top. So definitely too much Norse Blue, but those colours are very nice. Let me show you the bottom. So it was on a cookie, and I then also raised it with a little mini cookies, and that is, yeah, that's going to take a lot, isn't it? We will see. I'll see if I can angle grind the bottom, but if I hold it like that, it's very pretty, isn't it? So the one that I least like the colour of, that's worked better. Maybe I shouldn't have done. I put base coats on the 2 that ran before I added the flux. Maybe I shouldn't have put the base coat on. I should have just done one of Norse Blue over the top. Yeah. Another little fast forward. I had to share this with you. So I have just been to my upper studio and I've been grinding and dremeling off those 2 peacock vases, and I had to show you. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, it's just beautiful. Where's the focus gone? Absolutely a gorgeous finish now. I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled. And this one, oh, perfect. I've lost my maker's mark on the bottom, but I've now got 2 usable tests. So I did actually film how I save these, and I'll put that in a little separate video just in case anybody wants to know how did I Dremel and save these off. Yay! Back to the rest of the kiln opening. So I'm going to go down now to my bottom shelf where I have got a number of test tiles and also some peony candle holders with some new glazes on, my Audrey peony candle holders. But before I just open it, I just wanted to share with you something. I love this online pottery community. When I first started, I was new to pottery and also new to YouTube. And I remember those first videos, very scary, very daunting. And the wonderful support that I had from potters and welcomed me into the pottery online community and how welcoming they made me feel. So I'm always really keen to try and pass that forward and support any new YouTubers. Might not be new to pottery, but new to YouTubers. And there are a couple of ladies that I have come across. I'm just going to tell you about one of them today, and on my next kiln opening I'll mention the other one. So the one lady that I have come across, oh, she is so endearing, so heartwarming, and she has currently done 12 kiln openings, and her name is Linda, and she is from Lindy-Lou Pottery. I will add a link and also in the description. She's from Northwest Tasmania, Australia, so I love her accent. I think she's at 157 subscribers already, and she's only got 12 videos up, and I'm so proud of her. But she is adorable. She has her own style already that I'm starting to see. She does hand painting and she does strawberries, blueberries, cherries, and she does some gorgeous hand painting with some octopuses as well. Love her style. But she's also coming up with some great glaze combos. So she's already inspired me on one glaze combo that I hadn't come across before that I came straight away and did a test style. She is so appreciative of any support, any followers, and she couldn't get over that I'd watched her video. Like, I'm nobody special, but she was overjoyed that I'd subscribed and watched her videos and commented. She's so appreciative. And do you know what? I would love if our online pottery community could give her some support. She is a bright, upcoming new little YouTuber, and very endearing, very enthusiastic. Already love watching her videos. One came out this morning and I've just watched it, and yeah, she warms my soul. So if you could really do me a big favour and pass on any support that you were given, and pass it on. Let's pass it on to Linda from Lindy-Lou Pottery. If you could like or subscribe to her videos, you would make her day. I tell you, we would hear all about it in her next video. She's so appreciative. So yeah, if you can go and give her a check out and give her a subscribe or a like, she would be overjoyed. Keep up the good work, Linda. So pleased I've been able to find you, and yeah, you should have great confidence. You've got some beautiful work and your personality comes across on YouTube so well. So yeah, you're going to be definitely one of my everyone's to watch when you actually pop up a new video. So yeah, and there's another lady that I'll mention in my next video. So I'm going to get onto this last shelf now, and let's see what we've got. Some new combos I've tried. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, again, I wish I could take a photo, but I'm recording with my phone and I haven't got my spare one with me. Darn it. I forgot. I'd got Keris's pieces in here. So Keris, who came for my taster workshop, again, I showed her, this is what I made, and just a wheel thrown bowl. Very simple, because obviously when it's coming off the wheel, you can't use an awful lot on greenware, especially when it's really soft. So I did this flicking technique, which I quite like, with just some Tangelo on the inside. That was just my example to show her. I do want to make some coloured slip, because I think that would be a lot easier to use in a workshop. So we haven't got the brightness of colour, but let me show you what she's done. Okay. Ooh, Keris, very nice. So, I love that. This one has burnt out, must have been very pale. So this is her second piece, and she caught it as she was trying to trim. And I said, that's part of the carrot to keep it in. She said, I'll turn it to the back. I said, no, that should be your front. It should be part to show your first piece. But very nice, consistent walls I can feel in there. A little bit thicker at the bottom, but this is her first time throwing on a wheel. But then her last piece was definitely the best. Look at that, Keris. Very nice. Really nice, even walls, a nice shape. Trim that really well. Well done. Really well done. Your three pieces, that will be ready for collection. Love them, love them. Now I've got some test tiles. Let me get these out so I can show you. Now with my test tiles, ooh, that's nice. I don't want to bore you telling you what every glaze combo is. I'll just quickly show you. I will do a separate video just on test tiles, so if you're interested, you can watch that one. But first time for me seeing them. See if you can recognise any of these. Nice. I like that. It's got to have river birch in that one, surely. Look. Ooh. 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 Ooh, that's different. Wow, that's nice. Ooh. Oh, this is the one I saw. I wasn't expecting. That's got to have some river birch on it somewhere. Not quite sure where. I'm guessing river birch with something like fuzzy peach over at a guess spectrum. I don't know, without getting all my notes out. But like I say, I'm not going to bore you with those. I've got some more tests to come out in my next kiln opening, and then I will do a video with the before fired and after fired images, and also I'll put them on my Instagram page, which I use as my digital filing cabinet, Far Forest Ceramics Glaze Tests, where I share all my application photographs, the befores, the afters, and firing temperatures, everything like that, if you want to check that out on Instagram. So last final three pieces. Do you remember I had a wonderful day when Audrey from Audrey Burn, Audrey Lynn Studios came to visit the UK, and she came and spent a little bit of time in the studio with me. We literally had 45 minutes. So we just got a bag of clay out and very quickly, like ridiculously quickly, made 5 peony candle holders. So I've glazed 3 in this kiln. It's a little bit small, this kiln, so I've still got 2 to go in, but I've glazed them, and under the one that Audrey made, where I could see her leaf shaping was slightly different to mine. I've actually inscribed that in the bottom with Audrey's name as well. I should have had her write on it herself, so we could have done like a maker's mark between the two of us, but in the 45 minutes that never crossed my mind. It wasn't until after she left. So I'm going to show you first of all what I'm calling my Audrey peony, and I love this. So let me show you the back first. So I put my maker's mark in, or Audrey did it for me, and then I've got here plus Audrey and the date we did it, June 25. Let me show you. So this is my Audrey Peony candle holder, and I have put Flux Blossom 2 coats all over because I finally managed to get hold of some, and then I've also done Rose Quartz all over 2 coats, and then Mako Poppy Fields on the tips, just the 1 coat. And that is going on my memory shelf to remind me of the day that Audrey came to visit. Oh, thank you, Audrey. That was such an amazing day. Now, this is the same peony petals that we made together. I'll just get one to show you. I can't hold the 2 of them. Let me show you the back. So on the back, that is just Sunrise 2 coats, and then here it is Sunrise, Spectrum Sunrise, which I finally managed to get hold of, and then over that I've done 2 coats of Amaryllis. I think that looks very much like a real colour of what a flower would be. I don't know if you can see the edges here. I didn't use plastic to cut the edges. And after you've put them in the silicone press mould, you can't actually tell. So, 2 more candle holders, very nice. So that is the end of my kiln load. Like I say, I will be posting a video of my test tiles with all the details. I might do this little batch and then do another one because I've got a load more to go in, plus one that's been inspired by Linda from Lindy-Lou Pottery. So I've also got another video I'll be uploading soon. You might have just seen recently, I put some videos up, I'll put the links up, where I went on a course at Witchford Pottery and I learned to throw bigger. I learned so much and they were so great. They let me film the whole 2 days while I was doing the course. So the one video is of my throwing 2 days, which includes all the tips and tricks from the tutor Simon, who was amazing. And then the second one, which I just posted I think last week, is when I went to collect my pots. So I show my finished pots, but we had the opportunity to go around the potteries while everybody's working, which you can do at any time. But the timing we went was perfect because we saw Simon throwing a really big pot, and then we saw Adam, and Adam is the production director, and he now runs the whole of pottery. His father Jim started I think 37 years ago. We got to see Jim loading his wood-fired kiln, and we also got Adam throwing, how tall? Maybe as tall as my shoulder, garden pots, and he kindly said I could record it. So that's in the second video. So if you haven't seen that, it is mesmerising, it's inspiring, and every time I watch it I'm learning more and more of how to throw bigger. So yeah, you might pick up some tips from the professionals, they're master potters. But that was amazing to see. So yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm waffling. I haven't been here for a while, have I? So I was really lucky enough to go on a 1-day course to do raku, and I've got a video that I just need to edit that I'm going to share with you shortly of my day when I attended the raku course, pieces I made and some of the process behind. It was a brilliant day, absolutely brilliant. I had to wait I think 9 or 10 months on a waiting list to get on a course because he's so booked up all the time, but that one's coming up soon, so keep an eye out. But as always, thank you so much for your support. If you don't already, if you can subscribe, it is free, and all it means is that you support my channel tremendously. And if you click the little bell notifications to all, it will let you know when a new video drops. If you can pop over to Lindy-Lou's Pottery, that would be amazing. Let's give us some love and support. Welcome to the pottery family, Linda. And hopefully I will see you soon, because I've got another load of bisqueware waiting to be glazed, which I will be putting in blaze because my eldest son in Canada has asked for a second set for his new cottage, his chalet by the lake. So I'm trying to do a frozen pond technique on 8 large flat dishes. So let's see if that one works out. But thanks as always for joining. I can't get my words out. I think it's the heat. I need to have another cold shower. But I don't know how you cope when you live in such hot climates. You have air conditioning, I'm sure. So thank you again, as always. I'm going to go this time. I am going to go. I'll see you next time, and take care. Bye-bye.